Hello, America. This is Call of Duty Goddess. Today is August the 10th, 2016. I'm at GovTrack at an article titled, "Before Mike Pence was Donald Trump's running mate, he served in Congress for 12 years. And I'd like to share his record with you so you can get to know Mike Pence a bit. So let's get started here. Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, represented Indiana's 2nd and 6th congressional districts in Congress from 2001 to 2012. Pence saw his main introduction to the national spotlight last year as he supported a state religious freedom bill subsequently signed in a watered-down form that many analysts thought would legalize discrimination against gays by private businesses in his state, yet comparatively little has been published about Pence's time in the House. What does his tenure in Congress say about how he may approach the vice presidency? So let's look at his policy during his tenure in Congress. He voted to authorize the Iraq War in 2002. Only 6 Republicans voted against the measure. He voted for several free trade agreements. Trump's opposition to free trade agreements have been among the hallmarks of his campaign, notably the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, in 1993 and the proposed Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, currently pending in Congress, which he controversially called a rape of our country. Pence voted for the Central American Free Trade Agreement, CAFTA, in 2005, which passed by a razor-thin 217 to 215 margin, and also free trade agreements with Colombia, Panama, and South Korea in 2011. He supported a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage in 2006. He voted against Obamacare and voted to repeal it once enacted. He proposed a fairly moderate immigration plan in 2006. Pence's proposal was similar to a plan suggested at the time by Republican President George W. Bush, although it seems quaint compared to Trump's plan to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants currently in the United States and build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. Pence's plan did not require all undocumented immigrants to be deported, but it did prevent them from having a pathway to citizenship and required them to self-deport and be allowed back into the country if they had a job. He endorsed a constitutional amendment creating a federal spending limit, and Pence seems to be, his ideology score, he seems to be on the right. GovTrack's ideology analysis placed Pence as one of the most conservative members of Congress during his last year in Congress, further to the right than all but 20 members in the House in 2013. That was after House Republicans moved far rightward in 2010 and 2012 when conservative Tea Party upstarts won their seats. His stark conservatism was one of the main reasons Trump picked him. As Trump's perceived lack of religious faith, previous registration as a Democrat, and deviation from issues of conservative orthodoxy, such as maintaining a low minimum wage, required him to placate a restless conservative base within the party. Pence missed 5.3% of House votes, according to GovTrack's count of roll call votes. Pence served on the Foreign Affairs and Judiciary Committees during his final term in Congress. He had also previously served on the Agricultural, International Relations, and Small Business Committees. So, there you have it, folks. A little bit about Pence, Donald Trump's running mate. This is Call of Duty Goddess signing off, and as always, I've got your 6.